Okay, but again, this is what we're doing. We're going to create a dispersion effect with your portraits, and there's a lot of different ways you can do the dispersion effect, but we're going to be mainly changing it to pixels. But you can do like different types of effects. This one's of leaves. This one's of paint. And the way it's affected, though, is the different types of brushes that you use. But we're just going to do it with pixels for now. So the very first thing you want to do is you want to do an image search. So you want to type in portraits again. But what I found a lot easier is if you type in portraits in white background, you get more of those white background images. Because, again, you're going to need one of those photos with a white background to use. So I'm going to use this image here. Oh, no, this one's actually got a lot of white. So, okay, I'm going to use this one here. This one's pretty good. So I'm just going to click and drag, save the image. Drag this into Photoshop. Okay, so when you drag it into Photoshop, you're going to do the same thing like you did with the double exposure. You're going to use the quick selection tool. And you just want to select your portrait that you want to use. Alright, so this was actually pretty easy because she doesn't really have any hair. But just click on the refine edge. And if you need to refine the edges, especially around the hair, then you can just use the brush and just refine it. But if you have like an image where it's just they don't have any hair and everything's real sharp, then you don't need to refine it. But now the only different thing here is on the output 2 on the bottom, we always do it with the new layer with the layer mask. You want to change that to new layer instead. So you want to actually make this as a completely new layer. And when you click OK, if you look at this part here, it's going to just cut out the background for you. Alright, so you don't want to have the layer mask for this part here. Alright, so next step is you want to duplicate this layer. So layer, duplicate, click OK, and then you're going to have 2 copies of the layer. Now, and then you want to create a new layer on the bottom, and just have a white background. So it's going to look like the same like the original image, but the background and the image of the portrait's going to be completely separate. So. Alright, and then what I might actually do here, let me go back one step. Alright, before you add the background, some of you may need to crop your image. So I'm actually going to crop this a little bit more this way. And again, the crop tool, you either can cut out your image or you can expand it. So I'm actually going to expand it more to the right side because I want to do my dispersion effect on the right side. And then just remember you can apply the the rule of thirds to help with the photo. Now the only thing that when I was messing around with the dispersion effect, it only works out mostly if you disperse it from left and right. I found if you try to do it from up and down, it doesn't look as good just because it's just because of the way that you're doing it. But you want to do your dispersion effects from left and right. Don't do it up or down. Sometimes it won't work if you do it up and down. It looks a little weird. But all right, so you want to click on the second layer where the portrait is. So not the top one, the second one. And then we're going to be applying a filter to this layer. So you're going to go to Filter and Liquify. So this is actually a pretty fun tool to use, but basically what Liquify does is you got a brush here, and you can use the the bracket keys to resize it. So you want to get a big brush. You can also change your brush sizes here too. You want to get like a real big brush to cover the page. And what's going to happen is this tool is going to warp the picture. Does everyone see that? It's going to warp the picture. Now you don't want to warp it that much. You can do Command Z to undo it, but what you're going to need to do is on the right side of her body, I'm going to stretch it more to the right side. So it looks really weird if you mess around with this, but I'm just going to stretch it more to the right side because I'm going to cut out those parts of the picture later. All right, so it's gonna look like this. You're gonna have the portrait, and then you're gonna have your the part that you stretched out, and then this part here on the top portrait, you're gonna apply a layer mask. So you're gonna do layer mask, reveal all, and then on the bottom one, you're gonna apply a layer mask. But this time, I want you to do a layer mask, and then you're gonna change it to hide all. So the hide all is what's going to happen is it makes the image disappear, and then the white is where the image is. So, all right. Now on the top layer, what you're going to do is we're going to erase certain parts of the image. So, if you you want to make sure you get the pixel brush. So you want to click on your brushes on the top here, and then you go to this the sprocket on the top right. You can change your brushes. Now there's actually a couple of different brushes you can use. For this one, I'm going to use the square brushes. So I'm going to click on square brushes down here, and it's going to ask to verify. You just click OK, and these are going to be the brushes that you're going to end up with. These are going to be like little square brushes, so you can do your little pixels. And this is what's going to take the most time when you're doing your this picture. So I'm going to change this to black. So remember the black on the layer mask, and make sure to click on the layer mask on your layers window over here. And I'm just going to click. Oh, I got to change this to black. So make sure it's the black color. Change your opacity to 100. And all you're going to do is you're just going to click, and you're just going to make little pixelated areas. Let me go back here. I'm going to make my white background. We got to do that. So on my layer one, I'm going to change this to white. And you want to change up these sizes of your brush too. Just don't stick with one size. So, a really easy way to do your change the size of your brush is to use the bracket keys. So just remember this key here. That's going to make your brush smaller, and this key here is going to make your brush bigger. So really to use the bracket keys for like this part here, because this is what's going to take the most time for your picture. But basically I'm just erasing little parts of the picture. I'm just going to do like a little bit at a time. So I'm just erasing like the edges of the portrait, and I'm just changing up the sizes of the pixels, or the squares, because you want to create like that pixel look and the image. Alright, so I'm only going to do it for a little bit, but then you're going to go on the bottom layer, and make sure to click on the layer mask again. Don't click on the original image, and change this to white. And then when you color on the white area, then it's going to reveal the other image that you have. So this image where it was stretched out, it's going to reveal that bottom image. So then you're just gonna like make pixels and try to create that that effect. This part's gonna be what's gonna take the most time, because you gotta think about where you're gonna place your pixels and how it's gonna look. But if you work on it enough, like you spend time on it, then you can get similar to those kind of like the effects that they have here. They take a lot of time doing this. I'm trying to find one with the pixels. That was one I was looking at earlier. I got to type in pixel dispersion. But yeah, you gotta take your time with the just the clicking everywhere, and you can get that like same type of effect almost. I kind of did mine's really big, but you can do them real small. All you gotta do is just click on it. Just make sure though when you're clicking you don't drag it like this. Otherwise it's not gonna work out. You have to like click in a lot of places. So that's how you kind of get that effect. All right.
How long